Now, you found a very interesting fossil in West Texas, wasn't it? Now...
I didn't. It's the sharp-eyed undergraduates and grad students who find all the fossils. You know, I usually sit around and tell people what they found. So I gotta give due credit.
Fun job.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I was actually going to surprise you with this. You want to see it? Here's whenever you name a fossil species that's new to science. If you want to hold out your hand, this is about 43 million years old. What you do is you designate a holotype, and the holotype is the exemplar, supposedly, of that fossil species. And it's the fossil to which all future specimens that are attributed to that species are supposedly compared. So what you have in your hand is the holotype of a new genus and species that was described by, it was me and my colleague Blythe Williams at Duke University, who's an expert on early primate evolution. This is called Mescalerolemur horneri. And the reason I had it sitting on my shelf with you coming here is because I wanted to tell you that what you hold in your hand is a 44-million-year-old invasive species.
Wow,
yeah.
That's cool.
So there were primates in North America before Mescalerolemur came on the scene. There had been primates since about 56 million years before that, or 56 million years ago. And Mescalerolemur, as I said, is 43 million years old. But what's really cool about Mescalerolemur, and that's its upper jaw, is that when you look at its dental anatomy, it's very clearly more closely related to species from East Asia and Africa and Europe.
Wow.
And it's coming onto the scene at the same time a related group of primates in North America is starting to disappear. And so the question is, what's going on there? Is there some sort of a competitive replacement going on? Did that native group go extinct, freeing up niche space for something like Mescalerolemur? But it's very clearly an immigrant across the Bering Land Bridge in the Middle Eocene. So.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And to think that
I like it.
there were little guys like that going around. I mean, no one really thinks that there were lemurs. I mean, during that period in Texas, of all places.
Yeah. So
I mean, I would just think big lizards going around.
Right. Well, the climate was very, very different. It was warmer on a global scale. It was less seasonal. And most parts of North America appear to have had higher rainfall. Now, of course, there are places where we don't have a good fossil record from North America for this time period. But the picture that emerges from lots of global studies from this time period called the Eocene epoch is that most of North America, most of Europe, most of Asia was covered with what we would call today tropical forests. Of course, outside the tropical zones of the planet, but tropical forests. So if you were in West Texas 50 million years ago, you might think that you were in Panama or Colombia, right? And the species of mammals that you would find there would be very different from what you would find in Panama and Colombia today. But some things like the land snails, the gastropods, the same genera that you find in Chiapas today were, you know, cruising around very slowly on the forest floor in these tropical forests of West Texas. And you know, if there's one group of mammals that loves the tropics, it's the primates. So at most parts of the world where you find tropical forests today, you also find primates. And the big exception is Australia, New Guinea, that region.
Thank you very much, Dr. Kirk. That was a wonderful interview.
Thanks, Commander
And
Ben.
we're really looking forward to seeing. All eyes will be on you.
Ah, thank you. All right.
Down with invasives.